Hey there, guys, and welcome to, I'll have to actually change this up for feck's sake, Marketing Adventures with Carmel. And look, at the moment, we're prepping for a video workshop. And one of the things that came up for me and reflected on how I got past it was why I wasn't making videos. And I discovered there's three main things that I wasn't. And the biggest one of all for me, and I'm not sure if this is you too, it may be some of your story, is I wasn't a techie person. Oh my God, I'm not techie was kind of my mantra. And in my day, I'm showing my age now, but we were using pen and paper. And in came the computer. And of course, you want to think that you're going to be with it and doing all that. It was a huge thing, like physically a humongous thing. It was huge. And to be quite honest, I actually used to play Patience on it more than anything else. You know, that card game, Patience. But the kids were starting to learn it in school and things like that. So we were here in Australia by then. So we thought, oh, well, we have to get one of these computers. And I always remember, like, as I say, it was on a desk and it was literally about that deep in. But I was so scared of it as well because I was afraid I'd break it. I felt so stupid in ways because computers crept more and more then into daily life. The next thing you know, taking orders in a restaurant or bar, it's all computerized and things like that. So it actually was quite, I felt kind of scared. And, you know, it was only if somebody would show me how to do it, would actually take the time and show me. I felt quite stupid, to be honest. I always had a bit of a thing way back then about authority figures. Again, in hindsight is the only way I see it, because, you know, whether it was a teacher, whether it's culturally, is some of it as well. So we were always taught to respect our elders, to, you know, if it was your teacher, I went to a convent school, if it was the priest, anyone in authority, you were told that, you know, you had to be in awe of. So I kind of had a bit of a fear of authority figures, as if I wasn't good enough. So, you know, I was afraid to go and ask people and say, hey, I don't know how to do this. Those of you who know me now know that that is not the case now, because somewhere along the way, in all that kind of emotion and feeling stupid and whatever, there was still a push in me. And I kind of realized eventually that if somebody would take the time to show me, I actually was teachable. So I haven't always stayed true to that belief. I've often been afraid somebody might catch me out. You know, we call it imposter syndrome, as if it was some big secret to be ashamed of. You know, if somebody finds out that, they're going to dislike me. And, you know, I was plodding along kind of okay-ish with, I'm not the techie person, but I'll try my best, and kind of hiding that I didn't actually know all that. I remember asking one of my friends once, could I just give me a computer course that teaches me a bit of everything? But it really hit about 2.5 years ago. So, you know, I can email, I've worked in restaurants and bars and all sorts of places that we had to use technology. And I did, I plodded along and did it. But that old belief came flooding back about 2.5 years ago when I was asked to put together a video. Now, this was more of a video, as in we went out and we filmed some stuff. Myself and Sarah, who, you know, I work with now, we went out and we filmed some stuff. So I had to take it off a camera and I had to put it onto the computer. Yay, I could do that. And I had to make it into this little video. The thing about it was I had been shown how to do it. But when it came to actually doing it, well, there were so many more questions. I couldn't ask the person. It was later. I felt so lost and alone. And that old belief of feeling bloody stupid. And yeah, look, short story is I cried. I literally slumped over my computer and I cried. And I cried and cried and cried and cried. Until something in me said, well, hang on a minute. You can do it. You've done stuff before. If somebody else can do it, it means you can do it. And we have this great thing called Google now as well. So you are teachable, you are clever. And I just kind of really took my time and allowed that belief to come back in. So that was one of the reasons I wasn't making videos, because I was scared and felt that I just wasn't a techie person. But now I am the techie person, well, to a certain extent. The other one was face to camera. Now, Those of you who know me now are going to find this hard to believe. I know, I'm all over the place. But years ago, when I was younger, I would do anything rather than put my face to camera. I would do so much so that it was hard to actually get a photo of me when I was younger, because I was hide from videos and cameras. I didn't like how I looked. I certainly didn't like how I sounded. If I had a profile picture, how my face would look, all of this sort of stuff. And it was so, so bad that like my parents, my mother in particular, was highly concerned when I got married in 1987 as to how they would actually take any photos, how I was going to go having my photo taken. And we actually had a video done of the wedding too. My mom was so scared, I suppose, that they wouldn't have any photos of the wedding, which obviously they did. But it was a real fear of putting my face to camera. And it's only again coming through that and to the other side. It's like, well, if I don't put my face to camera, if I can spread what it is that I want to help people with, that I know I can help people that were exactly like me with, well, then they're not going to see or hear me. So it took some practice, but you know, when it's practice with support, it actually has changed now. So you know what? I'm 57-year-old grandmother, as I quite often say, which I am, and grey hair, whatever. And it's like, you know what? In 2 or 3 years' time, or 5 years' time, I look back and go, God, I looked great then, even though I might have thought I didn't look so good, because that's happened to me throughout my life, is where I've looked back at things and go, my God, I thought I was so overweight then. And actually now I'm looking back at it, it's amazing. So my message is more important now. And you'll find that as you grow business, that your message and your passion get more important to help the people that you know you can help than it is about you looking like a doofus on camera. I do that even now. Again, those of you who know me, is I actually don't care about being silly or stuffing it up, because it really helps being more real and more authentic. And the third reason that I wasn't making videos was because of time. I felt like, oh my God, it took so long to do anything, took so long to learn anything. I'm getting older. How am I going to really get this stuff done? I feel like I'm running all the time. I'm going to run out of time. And that really was enhanced and made a much deeper panicky almost feeling about 4.5 years ago now, but it was actually 6 years ago when my darling sister was diagnosed with a terminal cancer. And then we had that 15 months of her being really ill. And then when she passed away, that time really hit me then. It really hit me and go, here's somebody that is actually the age I am now, and it was taken away. So it's like, oh my God, I've wasted all this time in my life. You know, I'm in a hurry now. I have to get stuff done. So I can't be taking too much time out to learn this and too much time out to do that. But you know what? Time is time. It can't, you can't hold it in your hands. It'll slip through your fingers. So they were the three main reasons why I wasn't making videos. And now that I'm kind of sitting at the other side of it, and I'm going, I'm so glad that I fell over that computer and was crying, because now I get to teach other people how to make videos. So make sure that as you're going, reach out to somebody that's a little bit ahead of you, that maybe has stuffed up and made these mistakes, so they can help gravitate you and pull you through them. Because don't think that everything is hunky-dory and perfect, because it's not for any one of us. We've all stuffed up. I was too ashamed for a long time to actually tell people that I had cried over that. I wouldn't tell. It was actually a task set to me, and I wouldn't tell that person that set the task that I had got so upset about it, that I had cried about it. And then I, you know, was showing the video going, oh, they're going to tell me how bad it is. And they actually said, oh, that's great, gold star. I was like, what? I, in my judgment zone, had got so upset about it. So we've all been in those things. I hope that this helps and helps realize, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it, trust me. So if you are wanting to learn about videos, make sure that you private message me and we'll shoot you a link for a free webinar that we have coming up too. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll make sure I'll get this changed next time, for feck's sake. For now, it's bye for me.